3, 2, 1, action. This is gonna keep possibly gonna be going on for longer than expected because before I get into the main video, if you have not checked out the last video, which I kind of did posted, come like in 2025-ish, you should check that video out. Well, this is another situation, which this is another half 3 months basically of not be uploading for some videos, but I have a confession. I have a concession. Oh my god, I can't speak. I have a concession to make. Wait, am I talking about food? No. Basically, what has been happening, kind of in the background, I was starting to upgrade out of Windows 11 to Linux Mint, and I'm still ongoing of fixing my computer since everything else that I'm trying to fix, which I've already got Linux Mint to work, but none of my programs that I've always been using, like DaVinci Resolve, Steam, and all that, because I've not got anything optimized on my computer, and I could not get any videos out, the high quality ones that I've been always doing for, for Persona or just some of the other games in general. I've been trying to get that Tomodachi Life video, but until that thing happened of trying to fix my computer, that thing has gotten long delayed, and we already got GTA 6 coming out, but with more into news until before I get into that, I'm gonna be telling you in full details what basically happened and kind of the more reasons why I have not gotten to more into videos of me uploading, because I had to upgrade out of Windows 11 onto Linux Mint, making the big moment and change of actually going to Linux, which I've been kind of mostly using Linux and for a couple while now, but if you have not checked out my Czech channel, which it's not there yet, which it's gonna be down in the description. It's gonna be me just talking about what basically happened and what are the reasons why I'm not uploading this video, because again, I have been trying to upgrade my computer and it's still on going to this moment right now because I can only get some programs to work, but I could not get DaVinci to work. I could not get some of my Steam games to work, and I don't know. And also, rest in peace to Photoshop, because I cannot use Photoshop anymore, or Illustrator, so there's going to be some alternatives I'm going to be using in Linux since I don't have a secondary, which I do have, okay, one thing. I do have a secondary computer, right, but it's not that powerful, just like my main computer, so rest in peace to Adobe, which, fuck Adobe. But, into furthermore, once I do release this video, you should probably check out the full details and length of why did I not make any videos and what has been going on, that you should check out my Czech channel, which, and furthermore, it's not been released yet, but once it does, it's going to be down in the description or in a pinned comment. So, let's get straight into of this. If you have already skipped this apart, which I've already put a graphic up here, if you want to skip this rambling at me what basically happened, if you just want to get into the full part, that's okay, because nobody likes to hear me ramble and all that. So, here we go. Sony with a great company, since they have been starting of just, with a lot of technology, even with the first ever PlayStation, that you could basically play 3D graphics back in the 90s. And we had to use physical media. Yes, this is Michael Jackson #1s, but they also use CD-ROMs. And CD-ROMs are basically just the data itself that's been holding up game data, soundtracks, graphics, and all 3D designs on it. They have been doing this for quite a decade now. And guess what? They're no longer doing physical media anymore. In January 2028. Huh. Sony. Even Nintendo are still doing physical with their Switch, and even the Switch 2. But kind of, though, because they're kind of doing with the Switch 2 with some physical games, but you have a stupid key, which you have to basically get online and go into the eShop, which I still call it an eShop, which is called the Nintendo Shop, but you still have the cartridge in here. This thing. You see this? A cartridge. A physical thing. A cartridge. Let's get into this. DVDs. Open it. Oh. You get a disc. You get a first disc. You get a second one. First one. Second one. And you want to know also one thing you can also not do by January 2028 by freaking Sony? Yo, dude, can I play, this game of Johnny Bravo? Just pretend if it's a game. Can I play this game of Johnny Bravo, please? I'll promise you I'll give it back. Yeah, sure. Here you go. Alright, I'm about to put this in just so I can play this game that my lovely friend gave me. 24 hours later or something like that. That was such a great game. Alright. Since I've kept this nice and well protected, back in its case, I'm gonna give it back to my friend that he can actually start playing again. Thank you very much. Do you not saw, like, how convenient it was? Even having, like, just a copy of it. What is it like now, like, just holding something that you actually truly own, and now you have to be paying a license, but like a temporary license, because sometimes licenses are not that forever. Just for example, when Adobe, basically, when you don't own the product, you only own a license of it, and when you only own a license, you don't permanently own the software anymore. Only the company has it. Which Adobe is like the thing that Sony is going to be doing for next year in January 2028. How come they're the one, but only with Nintendo, kind of just still doing physical media on a cartridge slot, having it physical. Like, come on now. I feel like in their press release in their company, like in this staff meeting, like this emergency meeting of this oh my god, I can't speak, of this emergency meeting. Okay, you know what? I feel like that everybody's been buying everything on digital because us game companies, I don't know. I mean, we gotta be like everybody else. We had to start only in digital because I feel like there's so many hackers that they're just like, just give them all out. And that's how our GTA 6 game got leaked out, basically. And we cannot get more disc manufacturers anymore just to actually hold things on a freaking disc. Like, excuse me, we cannot trace this anymore. Nuh-uh, buddy. We're not gonna do that anymore. We're gonna get you only in digital. Buy it in our only store. That you're only buying a license and you don't earn it or purchase it permanently. Because, I don't know, you just only get oh my god, there's a fly here. You don't not get a freaking physical thing or just the entire game itself on your system. Because you only got it on license and you need an internet connection just to play those games offline. And yes, we're going to be overcharging PlayStation Plus, like, a bit more significantly, just so we can get more greed, more money, that we can literally just get even more money, because what's the point? We could get even more money than Nintendo. Like, hello? Although, yes, we're both Japanese companies, but I feel like that we could be a little bit more better than just Nintendo itself, that we cannot just be better than Nintendo itself because we gotta get rid of our physical release because everybody's gonna be buying digital. So, it's just the first day of July. Like, no joke, the time that I'm recording right now, it is literally, oh my god. Give me a second. See, look. The first thing on July, as they can say, nice and glory. The first thing in July, the first ever news I literally heard, which I was on YouTube, and all of a sudden I got this notification that Sony's no longer doing physical media for the next gen consoles on January 2028. Wow, the holy grails of the new future, you guys. Like, wow, wow, these, yay. Is Sony does not give a fuck anymore. Sony does not give a fuck anymore. They truly do not care anymore. As soon as 2027 is finally done, it is time. It is time that we only do no physical things. Hold on. Because, on the other hand, you don't need this anymore. Do you guys see this? It's a DVD drive thingy that everybody's been using, and I feel like this has already been old gen since we've been using this since during the 90s with the CD drive. Because that's like the first ever thing, although we started making this kind of the first thing in the 80s. But we don't care for it anymore because we prefer digital. Have it on a hard drive. But although, even though having it on a hard drive, you still have a license. So, even though when you have it on digital, you still don't own it anymore. Basically, you still don't own the piece of shit. And that's just the damn thing, because you don't own anything anymore. Because when you have it in digital, you're still only buying a license. Not just the thing that you only have it on your hard drive forever, basically, like entirely when you own it on a freaking hard drive. See, look. You can grab the disc. Let's take this out. There you go. It is literally not that hard to put a disc in. Literally not that hard. And I bet you already heard that Linux Mint. That was me just unplugging the disk drive anyways, because I'm not going to be using it right now. But still, Sony does not know what they're doing anyways, because because we don't need any more discs anymore, because we're only buying in digital. Woohoo! No more waiting in boring lines anymore, just like how we do it in the 2000s. Oh my god. Oh, that's the best idea we're going to do, right? Because nobody would just stay at home, have everything downloaded, and just not even have to go bother just to go get something from the store, or just, you know, even buy it online just to actually own it forever. Because we don't want anybody just to own our things anymore. Even our game companies agreed onto this, because we all need digital. We don't need no discs. We don't need none of that. So, I don't know what Sony's going to be doing. They're either possibly going to think about this of like the wrong ways, or I don't know how their company is going to do this. If they're ever going to be falling apart, which I have no idea if they are will, or the chances are just pretty much unknown right now. Until the year 2028 has finally come over here, which it doesn't come here until like in 2 years. So, we're just going to see what happens. So, that's the end of my talking things, and I don't know. We just don't know anymore. So with that, thank you guys so much for watching. Comment, like, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell to get notified whenever we get new videos. And with that, thank you guys so much for watching. This is GamerDilmy, signing out.